I played Brazil's top grandmaster. Let's see how did it go. Game started with d4, knight on f6, c4, e6, knight on f3, d5 and g3. I kind of expected what my opponent would play here, but he was playing so many games that I was not sure if it would be this variation. Bishop b4, bishop d2, bishop e7, bishop g2, castle and castle. Actually, I was kind of stressed about this game because he's #1 of the tournament, second in Brazil, and I did not expect that I would play against him, but that's how pairings went. Knight d7, queen c2, c6 and bishop on f4. I expected here he would play b6, which is regular variation here, but he played a5, which I was not sure. I only played this once and I was winning in this variation, but then somehow I managed to make a draw. So I did not exactly remember how should I have continued here. So I played knight d2. Instead of knight bd2, rook d1 would be much better. Idea of b3. And if knight on h5 here is just simply going to back to bishop c1. So it would be possible to do it like this. But I played here knight bd2, which was pretty not good move here because here is knight on h5 and I blundered this. And any other moves is giving me advantage, so that's why he played knight on h5 and b3. Instead of b3, would be great move to play here bishop on e3. And now this bishop would be protected, so I would not need to trade it. But I played here b3. Well, I was thinking that he would take on f4, I would just simply take it, and then I would get some kind of normal play here, even though I would get disadvantage. But still, I went for it. I did not see any better move. My opponent played g5, strong move, bishop b3, and f5. Well, he's attacking my bishop. That's how it's supposed to be in this opening and in this position. And I did not have any other option, just to play knight b1. And he played b5, which was big mistake. I expected he would either play f4 or g4, and then I would play knight on e1, then f4, and he would just simply start attacking my king side. But he played b5. Actually, this is what mistake my opponent made when I made a draw in winning game. b5 is a blunder because after I take here is queen c6, and now rook, pawn on b5 and pawn on e6 are hanging. So that's what my opponent have played, and after that he told me that he blundered it and he did not expect queen c6. And thankfully I remembered that I played almost same in one game and I played queen c6. Knight b6 and bishop g5. Brilliant move, because after bishop g5, if he would take here, I was going to take with knight, and if he takes on g5, I'm going to take a knight on b6, and I have extra pawn, and another pawn is hanging, so that's why bishop g5 is strong. I was thinking any other moves like bishop d2, queen b5, but queen b5 is not working because here is bishop on a6 and I didn't like this continuation, so I played bishop g5, which is a brilliant move, as chess.com says. Bishop g5 I took, it was only move, and bishop d7. We analyzed queen g5, so bishop d7 is only move here to continue playing, and queen c1. That's what my opponent also told me after the game, that he did not see queen c1 to protect knight g5, and this was only move here, otherwise I would lose the game. a4 and knight on a3. This is only move. If I go back with knight on f3, he's just going to take on b3 and I have absolutely nothing here. And slightly better probably, but I didn't like this. So knight on a3 is only move to protect b3 pawn, and if it takes, I'm just going to take. If I would play before, I would just simply play here knight c2. But it did not happen, so my opponent played rook c8 and I played queen d2, and not only move here to protect knight on g5. Queen e7 and b4, another only move here. Otherwise knight is hanging. I didn't want to play knight b1. And here is something really crazy. My opponent played rook c4 and offered me a draw. Well, of course it's blunder. It loses exchange. After I take, he would just simply take. I would play queen c1 and queen b4. Well, I have exchange extra here, but I accepted draw. The reason I accepted draw is that, first of all, he was #1 player, and let's say I still have some kind of psychological issues during this game. I was kind of stressed because first of all, round started almost 1 hour late. It started like 7:30 p.m. and I was super tired. Secondly, when such like almost 500 higher rated player offers you a draw, it's really hard to resist the temptation of that, because you are like, okay, you get a draw, you get praise, and you get high rating, so that's why you accept it, plus Grandmaster, and plus really famous Grandmaster. So that's another reason. And plus I was thinking that even though I have extra exchange here, I was thinking that he would get some chances here for counterplay, and if it was other circumstances, if game was earlier, if I was more rested, and if he was not my opponent, I might have continued playing. So I mean, but I kind of did not trust that I would win this game, because I had this kind of experience that I did not accept draw, and I lost game in total winning game, and so I was like, I prefer to rest now and focus on other games, and I was not really sure over the board if I would win this. Now as you analyze after this, it's totally common. But it happened like this, and I'm still happy that I made a draw, and it was really great start, and I'm looking forward for next rounds. And if you liked the video, make sure to give thumbs up and subscribe my YouTube channel.